All right, so we back. So we left off talking about your elementary time. So let's move towards middle school. What middle school was you went to? Was it the same thing as
Yes,
elementary?
as I stated, my elementary and middle school was the same.
Same.
Like I said, when I was coming up, kindergarten through 7th grade, went through to elementary school and middle school. It was the same school, just like on a different wing. Then you went to high school in the 8th grade. So I
Hold on. So let me get this right. So elementary school for you was kindergarten through the 7th grade, right?
No. I went to the same school from kindergarten to the 7th grade, but from the kindergarten to the 5th grade, you were considered elementary school. Then they had 2 wings specified for 6th and 7th grade at the same school that they considered middle school.
Oh, okay. But still the same school.
Still the same Randolph County. They called it Randolph County Elementary School. Then later on down the line, they call it Randolph County Elementary/Middle School.
Oh wow. So the 6th, 7th grade, you're in middle school now.
Yes.
So was there a different transition from? Do you feel like it was a different transition from being elementary to that middle school, or was there a difference?
I think it was. I think it was because when we got to middle school, when I got to the 6th and 7th grade wing over there, we started doing more things. That's when we started having intramural sports and playing basketball, and you kind of felt like it was a different because you felt like you was an upperclassman because you were considered middle school, and it was a little different. But some of the same teachers taught us that they just rotated around.
Middle school, 6th grade, you started playing sports.
I used to play around, play basketball and stuff like at home, but they had intramural sports at school from the 6th and 7th grade. Only 6th and 7th grade could play. That's when I really started playing in organized sports. Yes.
So, what sports you play? Basketball.
My main sport was basketball, but I also played a little baseball, and I ran a little track.
So basketball, what position?
I played forward.
Forward.
Yep.
So in middle school, about how tall you say you were? Were you pretty taller than everybody, or?
Yeah, I think I was tall. I think by the time in 6th and 7th grade, I was between 5'10" and 6 feet already.
That's pretty tall.
Yes.
So baseball, what?
Baseball, I actually played pitcher because I'm left-handed, and I actually pitched when I was playing baseball.
Pitch, baseball, and then track. What'd you do?
Track. I used to run the relays in the 440. Back then you think you used to call it a 400. You used to run a lap around.
So throughout that middle school time, nobody you dated. You ever?
Oh yes. I dated. I had a couple of girlfriends. I had a couple of crushes. But I dated. I actually.
Let me go back. First girlfriend, what age? That you can remember, like you actually was your girlfriend. You say
7th grade.
7th grade.
Yes.
So did you approach her? She approached you.
If I recall, I think I probably sent a love letter, a note, because we actually rode the same bus to school because she was from my hometown. She wasn't, and so I think I wrote her a note, asked would she be my girlfriend, yes or no.
So did you give it to her, or you had somebody else?
Had somebody else give it to her at the time.
And what she said?
She circled and get back to the person. She said yes. And
so what did the note say? Hold on, what did the note say?
I say, will you be my girlfriend? Yes or no, circle one. She circled yes and handed it back to the person, gave it to her, and that person gave it back to me. And that made her my girlfriend.
But how long y'all considered yourself dating?
Probably for a couple of months. But our relationship consisted on us just sitting on the bus together on the ride home.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't like your first kiss or anything like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was my first kiss.
Oh.
She was my first kiss.
Was that on the bus?
Yes, on the bus. On the bus.
Did she approach or you approach it?
I think I initiated it because we sit together and stuff, and and
No, so tell the story. Like, how'd you initiate it?
so we sit on.
Seventh grade. Seventh grade. How'd it go
So
down?
7th grade, I was pretty popular. I was pretty good in basketball. So my class, because in the intramural, how they did it was that your class played the other 7th grade classes. It was like how they had it was 7-1, 7-2, 7-3, 7-4, 7-5, and back then I think 7-1 was the smartest classes, 7-2, 7-1, nothing like that. And so my class actually always won the intramural basketball thing, and I got kind of popular and stuff. So there were other girls at college that used to like me or whatever, but I come and say, and my first girlfriend, her name was Ann Cox. ANNCOX, Ann Cox. That was her name.
So I'm gonna ask this question. Ann Cox, white or black?
Oh, she was black.
She was black.
She was black.
Yeah, I'm jumping the gun.
Yeah, she was black. From my little small town where I come from, it wasn't an option to date out your race.
Why not?
Because I was born in the '60s, and when I was going to elementary school and stuff, it was in the '70s, and you couldn't date out your race down there. People where I come from, people in South Georgia were still racist to this day. There's still some racist down there.
So when you say couldn't date out, were you just afraid to date outside your race, or like what made you believe that you couldn't date outside your race?
Because as I recall now, when I think about it, when I actually think about it, I don't really recall any white people being at my school. I had white teachers, but I don't really recall having any white classmates. So I don't think the opportunity ever came about because I was never around, especially in middle school, around white students. I know for a fact that no white student ride my bus. It was a little private school they went through, and
that you went to. Or
I went to a public school, no, and they had their own separate bus and every transportation. It wasn't our school. I know for a fact. I already know there was no white kids on my bus at all.
But go back. So first kiss, how on the bus?
Yes,
How'd you approach it?
We just sit down. We sat on the bus. We just sit together. That was our date. You know what I'm saying? We would sit together and everything. Then how I initiated was that one day we was just sitting on the bus. I think we didn't have cell phones to back then. I think we were looking at a magazine or something like that. I know what it was. We were looking at a Jet magazine. You remember the Jet magazine back in that day?
Jet Beauty.
Jet magazine. And
Beauty of the Week.
In one of the magazines, it was a picture of a girl and a boy kissing. I say one day I think I recall, I said, I want to do that. Then she just started laughing, grinning. And then she was ready to get off the bus. Her bus stopped like 2 bus stops for mine. And then I always sat on the outside. She sat on the inside. And then she'd crawl past me to get out. And before she got ready to get up, I leaned in and I kissed her like a little peck. When she asked,
on the cheek?
No, it was on the lip. But she didn't kiss me back. I just kissed her.
What'd she do?
She got a smile, smirked, and got off the bus and said bye. And then she told her little friends the next day. Because they was all this sniggling and giggling at me.
Oh, and you go back and tell any of the fellas?
Oh, you know I did.
What they say?
Oh, they just laughed. Well, first of all, because a lot of my friends thought I was lying. Boy, you lying. You didn't kiss nobody, boy. Quit lying. Boy, you lying.
Okay. So I got a little idea about what school was like during that time. Let's talk a little bit about middle schools. Think about middle school. So that 6th and 7th grade year, what was life like when you got off the bus, when you got home? So you're a little older.
Yeah, I'm a little older.
You say you're about 16. Not 16, about 5'10" by the time. So you
we would like by that time, like I said, I was playing. So we would always make plans to meet up at the basketball court. I told you I had a friend down the street that had a basketball goal in his backyard. It was a dirt court, but that's what I grew up. But they had this. We all say, hey, we're gonna eat at the basketball court like 5 o'clock or whatever. So I would go home. I know 1 hour chore was always to make sure we had. I don't like I said earlier. I never recall coming home, sitting at the kitchen table having homework. I'm quite sure they gave homework back then, but I don't never recall remember doing any. I don't recall doing no homework, so I would make sure the trash was taken out or whatever the case may be. If it was my turn or whatever the case may be, then I had to ask my sister, my older sister, could I go down the street to the basketball court, and that's where I would be. She'd say, make sure you back for a moment, come and get here to get the grocery out the car. And I would do that, and then sometimes I'll go get the grocery out the car, because I could see my mom when she put in the yard from where I was at. I come get the grocery out the car, and I go back down there until you know how the rule goes. Don't let the street light catch you outside, and be home before it was dark. And then back then, we had a bedtime. I think our bedtime was like 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. I didn't bathe every day. Mm-hmm. I went to bed sweaty, musty plenty of nights. Bathing when I bathing.
Is that by your choice or just?
Yeah, I think it was by my choice because my mom. I used to play basketball, be sweaty and everything, and sneak in the bed with white fruit balloons on.
Your mom may never get pissed off at you. Or
yeah, my mom got me up. See, at that age, we lived in a 3-bedroom house. It was my mom, my stepmom, my sister, myself, my younger brother, my older brother, me, my older brother, myself, my older brother, and my younger brother. We all slept in one room. It was one full-size bed that me and my brother shared, and there was a twin-size bed on the other side of the room, small room, my older brother slept in. My younger brother and I, we slept in the same bed until I was 16 years old.
And y'all just move houses or
no,
just move
my older brother ended up graduating high school and leaving. Then I put my younger brother in the little twin bed, and I had the full bed to myself. Because like I told you, we all were 2 years old. So when he graduated 18, he ended up leaving home. But we all slept in the same room till he was 18 and graduated. Then when he left, it was just me and my brother. But me and my brother, we slept in the same room until we graduated high school. We slept in the same bed until I was 6. He was 14, I was 16, slept in the same bed.
So did y'all, like during that time, did y'all do, besides just regular housework, that's pretty much what y'all did for like?
Yep, but for the most part, yes.
Housework, regular?
In middle school, yes.
So when you was in middle school, you never got any type of trouble? Was it always?
I never got any type of trouble. I always been like a little class clown, make people laugh and stuff, but nothing to the extent of getting in trouble. We had a pretty strict bus driver, and she didn't like for, you got a bunch of kids on the bus that want to talk, be loud and stuff. She expected us to be quiet, like we was in church on the bus ride home into school.
It's like the same bus driver?
Same bus driver.
For about how many years did you can remember?
She was the same bus driver. As a matter of fact, she was the bus driver for my elementary, middle school, and for high school, because that was just her route. She took the same kids, and her name was Freddie Jones. She lived the street from, and back then, that's when the bus drivers, my little small town, if you was a bus driver, you actually took your bus home with you. You didn't have nowhere, you didn't park it like in a lot and like that. Your bus was parked in your yard.